First opened in 2017, there's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. The veteran punter Bradley Pinion has this one teed up, and we are underway from Atlanta. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. To the air is Rattler. There's a short one caught by Johnson. Sheds off the tackle. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You say you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right? Already had what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
Jet sweep. Here's Olave. Oh, this one, they may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Rattler wants to throw it. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Juwan Johnson, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon. Those are the drives that prove a lot. You got a rookie quarterback, Charles. You're on the road, takes him down, throws the touchdown pass.
And in a game like this, with, as you described, a rookie quarterback, the team usually says, okay, we got to take care of this guy. We got to protect him. But when he goes out and plays like this on the first drive on the road, he doesn't have to say, I'm here to be your leader. They just need to follow him.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Robinson up the middle. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Falcons. Bijan Robinson, 59 yards. And the Falcons are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even.
Able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taysom Hill, 70 yards. And the Saints have taken the lead. Here's Groupie for the PAT. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
This ball down the field for Pitts. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now a 2nd and 10. To the air, Penix. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Here's 3rd and 6. And looking to throw, Penix. That is caught. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. They'll throw with Penix. Eluding the pressure run. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the... Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. He's got his target. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Looking to throw, Penix. This is caught, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Extra point by Cooper up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense announcing these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
Escaping the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Miller will score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Groupie for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Robinson here. Across midfield. He's on his way. Touchdown, Falcons. Bijan Robinson with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Coup for the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And from his own end zone, Alontae Taylor will return it. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And we are hitting the home stretch here toward halftime. And to this point, this has been an exciting offensive explosion for both sides.
I think everyone in the stadium is going to have to regroup a little bit, including the two of us. Yeah, I think we have to get a little oxygen, relax a little bit, and see what we can get going for the second half. The same as these teams, because right now everything's working really well. Can someone come up with something to slow them down?
Yeah, both defenses back on their heels. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Here's Rattler. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run. It's Miller. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They'll throw. Here's Rattler. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
He's been having a good day so far, but I think he got a little overzealous on that one. Still young in this league. Has to learn to try not to do too much on an individual play because, as we all know, sometimes less is more. And throwing away is preferable to making the big mistake.
And that is incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Now Penix. Looking for London on the out route complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Here's Penix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And he missed it. That was neither far enough. It wasn't even on target. It's no good. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 1. A first carry for Tyler Algier. And this will be a Falcons first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll set up a throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That one deep for London. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Falcons. Drake London, 63 yards. And the Falcons have moved out in front. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Drew able to connect on the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. They set up the screen to Miller. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And this one is incomplete.
And here's no when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Inside handoff now, Miller. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. We'll see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 44-yard line. Now Rattler. Forced out to his left. And this one too low.
Offense is moving a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
They go back to the ground now with Miller. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. Throwing is Rattler. Dancing to his left. Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And they'll run for it with Miller. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Rattler working out of the gun. Flush to his right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Saints are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. And we are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here, and we're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Well, this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. Oh, able to avoid him. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. This one an absolute must. It's 4th and 4. On the bootleg, it's Penix being chased out left. And a sliding stop, but from where they mark it, he has the first down. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Handoff now to Robinson. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Here's 2nd down. They'll go play action here with Penix. Steps away to his left. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first. And they are knocking on the door of field goal range now. That one checks all the boxes, doesn't it? You get the first down, check. Get out of bounds, stop the clock, check.
Go about one last check. Keep your quarterback from getting hit. That's a big check.
Yeah, check there as well. Good call. Man open is Robinson. And he goes diving to get as much as he can following a big gain. A nice little cherry on top there at the end.
Oh, what a time for a lapse defensively. That turns this game right on its ear. And now, forget about going fast. They might want to take the air out a little bit and force the defense to use some timeouts.
Here's 1st and goal. They'll run with Robinson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Again, it'll be Robinson. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. 3rd down, goal to go from the 8. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Koo knocks this one through the post. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Connecting with Hill. And he's got a first down as he's tackled inbounds at midfield. Back to throw. That's caught by Johnson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield. One final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered a loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play. Getting into midfield gave them that opportunity. Hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest there.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gart. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.
It's a building that's meant so much to the city of New Orleans and all of its residents over the years. And our coverage of the NFL has brought us to it, Caesars Superdome. Blake Groupie out and ready to send this away. And we're underway in Caesars Superdome. Nicole Hardman now on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40.
Special teams always play an important role in ball games, and it does right here from the jump. That's going to give the offense terrific field position for this opening drive.
It gives to Pacheco to start the drive. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Well, the pressure really got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He'll get it to Rashee Rice, complete. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Throwing on 1st down, Mahomes. Flush down now to his left. That's complete, Isaiah Pacheco. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They'll run Pacheco. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Leading 10 yards now as they line up at 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. He's on the move. And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds.
Well, you don't get the 1st down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Pistol now for Mahomes. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, he just couldn't quite hang on. I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
He fields it from the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. This is Alvin Kamara with it. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Trent McDuffie getting there for the stop. Working quickly here. From the 33 on second down. Escapes the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. From the gun, a give to Miller. And this is a nice gain. It's stopped at the 47. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through one quarter. Just a field goal separates these two. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. We're back for the second quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They're looking at 2nd and 3. Running once more with Miller. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Kamara now on 1st and 10. Down the sideline inside the 30. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Catch made by Alvin Kamara. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. From the red zone now. On the move, headed right. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And they chase him out of bounds. That's going to be a sack. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Here we go.
Another try following the sack. That's caught by Chris Olave. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Ready.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Let's go.
They kick the running back in motion. Throwing is Rattler. And he can't reel it in. Incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Now a shotgun handoff to Miller. And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. Now the Saints hustling people forward. They need to get set. 3rd down from the gun. Escapes out to the left. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints get some late points and the lead. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, it turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith. Right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. First and 10 now from the 30. They bring their tight end left. First down throw, Mahomes. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. Forces that one, and it's intercepted. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. And the Saints take over inside the 35 after the interception and a spirited return.
I don't know about you, but I'm a little surprised that one didn't make it all the way back for 6. Took some amazing effort from the guys making the tackle to save a touchdown, but still an outstanding return from a defense that sensed they needed the big play, and they found it.
And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Offense in the hurry up here. From the 28. Buys time, rolling right. Ooh, look at this, here he goes.
You know, sometimes, and you've heard this from a lot of the great coaches, know when to lose a battle to win the war. And that time, just simply not taking a loss, pretty big deal for the offense.
Shotgun now on third down. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. On fourth down, out comes the Saints field goal team and Blake Grupe. This will be a 45-yard look from the left hash. And he missed it. It's no good. And a 4-point lead, it shall remain. They've got first and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Looking to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. He's looking deep once again. And he makes the wait. No, he didn't hang on. It falls incomplete. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. From his own end zone, here we go. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. And the drive will start out with a first and 10. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up second and 8. Offense up to the line fast. Second and 8. Forced out to his right. On the run right, throwing deep down the south. That's caught at the 25. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints score the lead coming out of halftime. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
Here's Grupe on now to handle the kickoff. Chooses to bring this one out. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Looking to throw Mahomes. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. Second down coming up. To the air, Mahomes. That's caught by Hollywood Brown. And that will not be enough for a first down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. It's Pacheco on third. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Well, I know everybody on that offensive side of the ball appreciates that kind of effort. Got by more than just a couple of inches. In fact, no need for a measurement on that as they move the chains.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. Has his man. It's Pacheco. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. Buying some time right. Run right, throwing deep down the side.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Play action, Mahomes. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Alontae Taylor has it. You can almost hear the noise coming from the nearby French Quarter. And they're being just as loud inside Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Jake Moody now ready to get this one started. And we're underway in Caesars Superdome. From his own end zone, here we go. We stop him right as he gets up past the 15. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Set, ready.
Running right, it's Kamara. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's 2nd and 2. Chased out to his right. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now it's 3rd and short.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
That's complete to Kamara. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Rattler setting to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw almost ended an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
Not on the same page with his tight end. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Now an inside handoff to Miller. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. Working quickly here. Again, it's Miller. Has the 1st and more. Past midfield. Hits the 20. There it is. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints finish up an excellent opening series. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Purdy throwing here to start. He throws a bullet to the center of his first throw is an interception. Picked off by Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints return the interception almost to midfield before the tackle's made. What a call for their first pass of the game. It would have been a big hitter if they completed it, Brock, but just not the right touch on that football, and it ends with an interception.
You could just tell these cover guys, they've been waiting for their first chance to go get some work done in this one. They did their homework, number 1. And number 2, Kate, as Russell Wilson loves to say, the separation was in the preparation.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground with Kamara. And he gets some good yardage down to the 42. That's going to go down as a gain of 7. Now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. First time this game they've looked to him. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it. On the give, it's Miller. Escapes a defender. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
The tip definitely broke up that throw. So that brings up 2nd down.
Well, the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up, and it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Throwing now from the gun. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. Neither. We're back for the start of the second. Saints have the ball and a chance at 6. They send a man in motion. Working inside the red zone. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. Looking to throw, Rattler. Rolling left, and they take this in for the score. The Saints pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And he'll go down. The Saints make the play. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You just feel this defense starting to come alive, don't you, Kate? Got their first turnover last time out. Now they put their first sack on the board. The big plays on that side of the ball, they can come in bunches. Defense sure hopes to keep this faucet going, and the offense wants to turn the spigot off immediately.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Oh, and they're going to have their fullback drive power for it. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. The 49ers pushing for a score before the break. They're set up at the 35 now. First down throw by Purdy. He's on the move. Reeled in by George Kittle. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Purdy throwing here on first. This is reeled in by Juwan Jennings. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. 49ers moving quickly, trying to get their offense to the line. Purdy on first down. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Alontae Taylor has it. There he goes, right sideline. And the Saints are going to be set up and goal to go after a great return down inside the 10.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okie, Okie! That's what that whole defense screams after an interception, and you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down. But even with that, they will take that Okie any day. What a huge pick in return for that defense.
Near the goal line. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Offense in the hurry up here. Here's Rattler. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that brings up 3rd and goal.
Oh, that is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make an impact later.
And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints get more points to end a lopsided first half. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Grouping adds the extra point. And the Saints stretch their lead to 21. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. A final throw before the break. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. They're out and set, 1st and 10. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. Wow, great stuff there, Brock. He busted that one open, got downhill, and got in for 6. Huge run there.
Yeah, and this is how you break a game open. He found that lane, and he was gone. What a tremendous effort in the blocking scheme there to just spring him enough so he could take it to the house.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Chooses to bring this one out. They stop him right as he gets up past the 15. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Rattler back to throw. Escapes the pocket. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Now Rattler. He put everything he had into this one. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that's just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Here we go. Red, cycle. Drill, green. Cluster, six. Red, yellow. Fight, 97.
Throwing his Rattler. Getting out to his left. He can run it. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Third and just 2 to go. Rattler to the air now. Flush down out to his left. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th.
Let's go.
And you're going for this. On the move, headed right. Oh, shouldn't have let that one go. It's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers take over just inside the 40. They're at the opposing 39. Well, Brock, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception right there.
We know that no lead in this league is safe ever, ever, ever. A one-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. They all seemingly come down to the final possession anyway. And with a whole half of football left, you just can't give away too many possessions like that.
He gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Making the stop that time, Kool-Aid McKinstry. The rookie out of Alabama, there on the tackle.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Purdy gets this from the pistol. Nabs along that sideline. Samuel. And he gets them down to the 9 before going out. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. From the red zone now. He's got it. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Offense up to the line fast. They motion the tight end over. McCaffrey. And he gets in. Touchdown. The 49ers parlay the interception into points. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. Now the 49ers deciding to keep the offense on the field. They're going for 2. He's throwing for it. And he has it in the end zone for 2, and that's going to chip away a little bit at that deficit.
49ers 15.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Very short kick taken at the 19. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. That's brought in by Miller. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. They'll get 18 yards there. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down. 1 play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Rattler. Connects with Johnson. And he's taken down at the 30. 3 quarters in the books from this one. The Saints have it with a lead. Not a big one, though, trying to carry it through. First and 10 now from the 30. Handoff here for Miller. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's 2nd and 5. Buys time, rolling right. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
The offense not shy about sending him downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. He's back to throw. This finds Moreau. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Straight ahead, here's Miller. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Saints making a 2-possession game here in the 4th. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player who could one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Group B to try the point after. Boy, was it close, but the point after does go through. And the Saints bump the lead up to 13 points. Here's Group B on now to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The 49ers find themselves in a great spot to start this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. From the gun is Purdy. Escapes out to the left. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Purdy. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Alontae Taylor has it. And the Saints have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
Tight end going in motion here. Rattler setting a throw. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. They connect on the deep shot. And he will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Well, they certainly wasted no time. It's a building that's meant so much to the city of New Orleans and all of its residents over the years. And our coverage of the NFL has brought us to it, Caesars Superdome. Blake Groupie out and ready to send this away. And here we go from New Orleans. On the return, Britton Covey. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get games like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap for Hurts. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Well cut on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. On 4th down, Hurts. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. And the Saints take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
Tough one to retain through that hit. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. This is Alvin Kamara with it. Into the 2nd level past the 30. And he's finally taken down at the 16-yard line. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course. But you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
Working inside the red zone. Rolling left, buying some time. And he'll go down here at the 16.
That's just the case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
Looking to throw, Rattler. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
It's 3rd and 11.
He's dropping back to throw. Forced out to his right. Has it down close. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Saints pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Alvin Kamara, the touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get it out of the way, big time.
Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. He lost the football. And they steal it back on the return.
These guys are flying down the field. Reminds me of the guys at Braveheart. But different than Braveheart, these guys got two things on their mind. Number one, get the returner down. And number two, try to separate the ball if they can. It's rare that it happens, but boy, is it big when it does.
Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. Big gain downfield. And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line. And time runs out before they get the snap off. That's the end of one. Neither side separating much so far. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. We're back for the start of the second. Saints have the ball and a chance at 6. Receiver in motion going left. Oh, surprise gift to the receiver near the goal line. And he's brought down for a loss.